The story of America is often told as a tale of progress and triumph, a narrative of a nation built on the ideals of freedom and opportunity. But for Native Americans, it's a story marked by tragedy, loss, and displacement. Their history is a stark contrast to the mainstream narrative, filled with sorrow and struggle. From the earliest days of colonization, the U.S. government pursued policies aimed at pushing Native Americans off their ancestral lands. These policies were often justified under the guise of progress and civilization. This forced removal, often brutal and inhumane, had a devastating impact on Native communities. Entire tribes were uprooted, and countless lives were lost during the treacherous journeys. This essay will focus on the often overlooked experiences of Native American women during this period of upheaval. These women endured unimaginable hardships, yet their stories are seldom told. These women, pillars of their communities, faced unique challenges as they fought to preserve their families, cultures, and identities in the face of unimaginable hardship. They were the backbone of their societies, striving to maintain a sense of normalcy amidst chaos. Their stories are essential to understanding the true cost of America's westward expansion. The resilience and strength they displayed are a testament to their enduring spirit. It's a story of resilience and resistance, of heartbreak and hope, and it's a story that needs to be told. By acknowledging their experiences, we honor their legacy and ensure that their sacrifices are never forgotten. The Trail of Tears, the forced removal of Cherokee people from their homelands in the southeast to present-day Oklahoma in the 1830s, was a tragic chapter in American history. This event, driven by the Indian Removal Act signed by President Andrew Jackson, led to the displacement of thousands of Native Americans. The journey was arduous and fraught with peril, spanning over 1,000 miles. It stands as a stark symbol of the cruelty inflicted upon Native Americans. The Cherokee people, along with other tribes such as the Creek, Choctaw, Chickasaw, and Seminole, were forced to leave behind their ancestral lands, their homes, and their way of life. This harrowing journey, characterized by disease, starvation, and death, saw thousands perish along the way. The harsh conditions, lack of adequate supplies, and brutal weather made survival a daily struggle. Many succumbed to illnesses such as dysentery, cholera, and pneumonia. For Cherokee women, the Trail of Tears represented not only the loss of their homes and loved ones, but also the fracturing of their traditional ways of life. They were the backbone of their communities, responsible for farming, healing, and preserving cultural knowledge. Their roles as farmers, healers, and keepers of knowledge were disrupted as they were thrust into an unfamiliar and often hostile environment. The trauma of displacement and the struggle to adapt to new surroundings took a heavy toll on their physical and emotional well-being. The Trail of Tears was not an isolated incident. It was part of a broader pattern of forced removals and cultural genocide that affected many Native American tribes across the United States. Across the continent, from the California Gold Rush to the Plains Wars, Native American women endured similar ordeals of forced removals, land dispossession, and cultural annihilation. Their resilience and strength in the face of such adversity remain a testament to their enduring spirit and cultural heritage. The U.S. government's assimilation policies of the late 19th and early 20th centuries aimed to eradicate Native American cultures and languages. Boarding schools were established with the express purpose of civilizing Native children, forcibly removing them from their families and stripping them of their cultural identity. These schools forbade Native languages, spiritual practices, and traditional clothing. Children were often subjected to physical and emotional abuse. This systematic attempt to erase Native identity had a profound impact on women, who were the primary transmitters of culture and language. The loss of traditional knowledge and practices had a ripple effect, disrupting the social fabric of Native communities and creating a sense of cultural dispossession that continues to this day. Despite the hardships they faced, Native American women exhibited incredible strength and resilience. They adapted to their new realities, finding ways to preserve their cultures and care for their families. One such story is that of Sarah Winnemucca, a Paiute activist, interpreter, and educator who fought tirelessly for the rights of her people in the late 19th century. Winnemucca traveled extensively, lecturing about the injustices faced by Native Americans and advocating for their fair treatment. Her autobiography, Life Among the Paiutes, remains a powerful testament to the strength and determination of Native women. Countless other women, whose names may not be etched in history books, demonstrated similar courage and resilience in their daily lives, They are the unsung heroes of their communities, their stories passed down through generations, keeping the spirit of their people alive. Section 5. Guardians of Culture, the vital role of women in Native communities. In many Native American cultures, women hold positions of great respect and authority. They are the keepers of traditional knowledge, the nurturers of their families, and the stewards of the land. Their roles are not merely defined by gender but by their contributions to the well-being of the community as a whole. From weaving intricate baskets to passing down oral histories, women play a vital role in preserving their cultural heritage. Despite the disruptions caused by displacement and assimilation policies, Native women have continued to find ways to maintain their traditions. Through storytelling, song, and dance, they keep their cultures alive, ensuring that future generations can connect with their ancestral past. Section 6. A legacy of loss. The intergenerational trauma of displacement. The trauma of displacement and cultural loss has had a lasting impact on Native American communities, particularly on women. The forced removal from their homelands, the loss of loved ones, and the suppression of their cultures have created a legacy of intergenerational trauma that continues to affect Native people today. This trauma manifests in various ways, including high rates of poverty, substance abuse, domestic violence, and health disparities. Native women in particular experience disproportionately high rates of violence and sexual assault, a direct consequence of the historical and ongoing injustices they face. Addressing this intergenerational trauma is crucial to improving the lives of Native Americans and creating a more just and equitable future. Section 7. Invisible No More Contemporary Issues Faced by Native Women. While the historical injustices faced by Native American women are undeniable, it's important to recognize that their struggles are far from over. Today, Native women continue to face a myriad of challenges, including poverty, limited access to healthcare and education, and alarming rates of violence. The crisis of missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls has drawn increasing attention in recent years, highlighting the vulnerability of Native women and the systemic failures that often leave them without justice or protection. Native women are also at the forefront of environmental justice movements, fighting to protect their ancestral lands and sacred sites from pollution and exploitation. Their voices and perspectives are essential in addressing these pressing issues and creating a more sustainable future. Section 8. Honoring Resilience. Celebrating the strength of Native women. Despite the immense challenges they have faced and continue to face, Native American women remain a beacon of strength, resilience, and hope. Their stories are not just tales of survival, but of resistance, creativity, and unwavering commitment to their communities. From activists fighting for social justice to artists keeping their cultural traditions alive, Native women are making their voices heard and shaping the future for themselves and their communities. It's essential to celebrate their achievements, honor their resilience, and amplify their voices in the ongoing fight for equality and justice. Section 9. A Call to Action Towards Healing and Justice. The story of displaced Native American women is a stark reminder of the human cost of colonialism and the enduring legacy of injustice. For centuries, these women have faced unimaginable hardships, from forced relocations to systemic discrimination. Their resilience in the face of such adversity is a testament to their strength and spirit. It's a story that demands our attention, our empathy, and our action. We cannot turn a blind eye to the struggles they continue to face. Instead, we must stand in solidarity with them, recognizing their pain and working towards meaningful change. We must educate ourselves about the true history of Native Americans in this country, acknowledging the pain and suffering inflicted upon them. This education is not just about the past, it's about understanding the present and shaping a better future. We must listen to the stories of Native women, amplifying their voices and supporting their struggles for justice and equality. Their narratives are powerful and essential, shedding light on the ongoing challenges they face and the resilience they embody. We must hold our elected officials accountable for addressing the systemic issues that continue to disproportionately impact Native communities, from poverty and healthcare disparities to violence against women. Advocacy and policy change are crucial in dismantling these barriers. By working together, in the spirit of truth and reconciliation, we can create a future where Native American women are honored for their strength, resilience, and invaluable contributions to our society. This collaborative effort is not just about righting the wrongs of the past, but about building a more just and equitable world for future generations.